Same book in our hands, same Qibla, same land. We cry in the same tongue when the dove feels too strong. You say Ali, Radiallahu anhu. I say Abu Bakr, Radiallahu anhu. Two different routes that we walk on, but the Lord we return to is one. One light, one call in the night. Ya Allah, we stand side by side, not in blame but in fight for truth. Sunni and Shia, one heart, one dua. Together we rise, together we Same book in our hands, same Qibla, same land. We cry in the same tongue when the dove feels too strong. You say Ali, Radiallahu anhu. I say Abu Bakr, Radiallahu anhu. Two different routes that we walk on, but the Lord we return to is one. One light, one call in the night. Ya Allah, we stand side by side, not in blame but in fight for truth. Sunni and Shia, one heart, one dua. Together we rise, together we rise. They divide us with fear. Whisper, brother, is your enemy here? While the greedy sit high on their thrones, laughing as we break our own bones. Dodge our calls with a shining light, promising the heaven that will always run dry. But a 4-star phrase with the dawn when we hold to the rope as one. One light, one call in the night. Ya Rahman, we stand side by side, not in hate but in might. Sunni and Shia, one heart, one dua. Together we rise, together we rise. We share the same shahada, same tears on the prayer mat, same stories of full saints, courage of Ummah's strength, Uthman's mercy, Ali's bravery, same love for the messenger. Peace upon his noble heart. Let the labels fall like dust. Let the love be what we trust. If we differ, let it be. With a dare, with dignity. One night, one light, one call in the night. Ya Allah, we stay side by side, not in hate but in might. Sunni and Shia, one heart, one dua. Together we rise, together we rise. From the ashes of our cities, from the dust of every war, hear the heartbeat of the people. We are not afraid no more. Calloused hands that built these kingdoms, eyes that saw too much of pain. Name by name we rise, together we will break these heavy chains. We stand as one, under heaven's open sky. Every color, every tongue, we will not be passed aside. Muslim, Christian, Jew, hearts that doubt and hearts that knew. All of us, all of us, all of us stand as one against the cruel. They divide us with their stories, draw their borders through our names. But a hunger burns within us, justice calls us just the same. In the churches and the masjids, by the graves and in the streets, those who pray and those who question march with one unshaken beat. We stand as one, under heaven's open sky. Every color, every tongue, we will not be passed aside. Muslim, Christian, Jew, hearts that doubt and hearts that knew. All of them, all of us, all of us stand as one against the cruel. Not for glory, not for power, just the right to live in peace. Lift your voice beside your neighbor, let the tyrants echo see. Hands in hand, the fearful fear, the ancient faith and searching mind. Different paths, one destination, leave no wounded soul behind. Hey! We stand as one, under heaven's open sky. We color every tongue, we will not be passed aside. Muslim, Christian, Jew, hearts that doubt and hearts that knew. All of us, all of us stand as one against the cruel. Till oppression falls to silence, till the last child sleeps in light. We are many, we are conscious, we are one, and we will rise. Gray in his hair, but his hands still strong, holding her close, though the night was long. Through the dust and the sirens, he refused to let go. Whispered soft in her ear, words the whole world would know. In the ruins of silence, their bond still remains. A love unbroken, though their hearts were in chains. History will write it, but it won't capture home. A grandfather's cry, you're the soul of my soul. Don't close your eyes, stay with me here through the dark, through the night. Even in sorrow, my heart can't let go. You're my forever, my soul of my soul. She was just a child, but her smile was alive. He carried a story through the endless fight. Not just blood, but the bond love created. If love could protect you, you never know pain. If tears could revive you, you live once again. But the world only watched while their spirits were torn. Yeah, love like it cannot be buried or worn. So love my soul, oh, love my soul. Don't close your eyes. Stay with me here through the dark, through the night. Even in sorrow, my heart can't let go. You're my forever, my soul, love my soul. And when the dust settles and stories are told, your names will shine brighter than silver or gold. Through centuries remembered, through every scroll, the will we recall. She's the soul of it.
Mic test. Check 1 2. Mic test. Mic test. Check 1 2. I don't know why it's not very loud all of a sudden. Give me a second. Okay. Good Friday, ladies and gentlemen. It is, what is it today? April 10th, and it's about around 10:30 p.m. I thought this was an interesting interview between Sneako and Bradley Martyn. Of course, you know, they're going to be talking about, I guess, the hot topics. I haven't seen the video yet, so I just wanted to sort of give you guys a live reaction, of their conversation. Yeah, I won't waste too much of your time. It is getting pretty late. So let's see how long this video is. Wait a minute. Basically about an hour long. So, yeah, after that, I might give like some final thoughts, but I'll try to like give my opinion throughout the video if I can. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. Let's go ahead and get this started. I may turn subtitles on for those that cannot hear. Let's see. Go up there this time. Hopefully I'm not in the way.
What do you think about everything happening right now?
Israel clearly wants to expand its borders. They just took more of South Lebanon right now, and it's like, why? Where's the justification? That it's every time the justification is, oh, it's Hezbollah, or oh, well, it's terrorists, and we're doing it because it's terrorists. But then you see all the shit about people like just apartment buildings being blown up, and you know, people obviously live in these places, and it's like, where do you draw the line of like, okay, this is for actually, if they can justifiably say.
Bradley sounds like already he knows what he's talking about.
This is a terrorist, for this is just like our own nation wanting more land.
I like what Theo Von said.
It's just getting fucking ridiculous.
Theo Von was on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan was like, well, I mean, they're saying that they're trying to kill the terrorists. Even if you understand the creation of Hezbollah, Hezbollah was started in 1982 from an illegal invasion that the Israelis staged, and they were eventually able to kick them out in the year 2000. But Hezbollah, they were just the resistance fighters that were kicking out the Israelis that invaded their country. Hamas, we saw from the BB Files documentary, was funded directly by Netanyahu.
Our president should be talking about shit that's like bettering our country for everyone. Like, this is just like, those guys are dumb, I'm smart, they're dumb. It's like, all right, man, like, what the fuck what are we doing?
See, there you are,
bro. Look at my setup,
bro. Looking dope. I was wondering, you texted me, you said your setup was going to be cool. I was kind of worrying when you said that it was going to be like a swastika or something.
No, that's your style with the one on the sleeve and shit.
No, that's the MJ hoodie.
Oh, okay, that's not the band thing.
No, what?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Can they see me? Can they see my sick fucking setup?
It looks good, man. It looks professional,
bro.
He's so worried about his setup. My goodness.
I know. I'm trying to get ready.
Oh, let me turn that back on.
I'm going to take your job from you, basically. I'm going to be called the new top
I remembered.
I don't think you could take that title, man. It's It's a very prestigious title. It takes years.
Do I have to grift being a Muslim first and then I can do it?
Are you really going to start like this? Like,
I'm sorry.
Griff being a Muslim. Griff being.
I'm totally joking.
Okay.
I'm totally joking. It was making fun of you. I was making fun of everyone. It's all good.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Do you actually think I'm grifting being a Muslim?
No. At this point, no.
At this point,
At one point in the beginning, no, I'm not. I mean, being honest, in the beginning, I was like, I don't know. I didn't know. You never know. People do shit all the time for, attention, right?
I don't know how much it's like how beneficial that would be for clout. I see people say that, but it actually is very harmful. Like people could say you're a terrorist.
No.
There's lots of
but there's still so many people who love and like who are of that religion. So regardless, anytime you align yourself with any sort of religion, whether it's Christianity or Muslim or anything, like you're garnering a bunch of people in a relatability way, right? Like you're gonna create,
Yeah. So there's like this phenomenon where if you become a revert, you become like kind of famous pretty fast because all of the Muslims will go and start liking your videos and subscribing to your, YouTube channel. So that is something new that's been happening lately.
oh, he's like me because he believes what I believe. Like instantly you create a connection with people that you wouldn't otherwise have.
Christianity is clearly the populist one for the most popular one for like a populist movement. You look at Erica Kirk, look at Pete Hegseth, Trump, look at the way they justify this war with Christianity.
God.
Yeah. So I don't see any benefit clout wise for Islam. It's like doing it properly. You're just putting yourself up at risk for attacks at every angle.
But those are two separate things. I mean, what I said is still a relevant point to like someone creating instant relatability through religion is different than someone like using religion in a way that is harmful or like justifiably wrong in most cases. Like the cases you're describing, like religion is, I don't think it's ever like, if we talk to all these gods, we could sit them all down at a table and they were like, yo, you just fucking kill people because it's fucking sick or you want their land. They're never going to be like, yeah, that's what we were on to. Like Christian, like Jesus is going to be like, yeah, we're killing people to take their shit because we thought it was ours. No one would ever be like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I saw the Pope. Did you see the Catholic Pope just announced the war? Well, real quick,
By the way, I may take 15-minute breaks. If you guys don't mind, some people are kind of, they have short attention span. So I think about 15-minute breaks until the video is over. Like I said earlier, it's about an hour long.
Can you tell the YouTube people to come on over to Kick? I'm going to cut YouTube.
Yeah, guys, if you're on YouTube, you got to go to his Kick. I think it's Sneako, I think, right?
Yeah, so Brad's going to say the N-word. So everyone on YouTube, you want to see Brad say the
I don't say the N-word.
Come on over right now. We're going to blast trend.
I don't say the N-word.
We're going to spam slurs. Brad's going to call me the hard R. Come on over. YouTube, we can't do that. Are you guys going to come?
No, you're more Asian than black to me,
Thank you. Because I am. That's the truth.
Yeah, that's so like, well, I'm not going to call you that.
Okay. So you call me, are you saying you would call me a C word?
I don't even, well, I've never not used a slur. That's a lie. I just don't use slurs like that. It's just not my thing.
Oh,
but like, I was a younger kid and I was like,
just not on stream.
No, I don't even do it in general. Like, unless it's a joking fashion or like I'm joking with the people.
By the way, growing up like in the inner cities, they use the CH word on me a lot. And it didn't bother me any, to be honest.
That I'm joking about. I don't do it. I'm not like behind closed doors doing this shit.
Okay. Well, I like your new setup.
Very forthright.
I talked to Brad for a pretty long time yesterday. We were going over YouTube stuff and he said you want to get into streaming, into desktop. It's a nice setup. You got a good mic. It's looking real professional. I like the laptop instead of that gaming setup. It's like when it's a Brad gaming stream, you got the bald head out, you got you're shirtless and you're like in a cave. This looks like it's the Raw Talk pod.
Yeah. I switched a few things around, but I think I'm gonna set this up in a way that I could do it consistently. And like, I want to be able to figure out a way to involve the audience with like, because I'm not going to be like just directly grifting politics like you do. I'm going to more talk about people's like emotions and like, what they're going through in their life and business shit. And,
right.
I'm going to talk about other shit than just like grifting politics. You're
not going to grift politics. You're just going to sit on the fence like Mike Malak and pretend to be a centrist so you could have all different types of guests while never really taking a stance on anything.
Sure.
Wait, what did you? Can you say what you said yesterday? There was a really funny thing you said about doing the Bradley Martyn.
Oh, very. That was in jest. That was in jest about. I forgot what were we talking about?
He was Justin Max.
Oh, being like fucking really handsome and like Jack.
No.
Right.
I think it was about.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you want to say it on stream, but it was about a certain major podcaster.
Oh yeah. Probably not say that on.
Okay.
I mean, we could talk about it eventually, but yeah, so that's, you know.
Yeah, unfortunate. But so last time I spoke to you was about a month ago. Things are getting crazy, and you have the opinion that it's greed. You know, it's just all people can be bad. What is your perception about what's been going on? Not to grift politics, but what do you think about everything happening right now? Very broad question. I just want to see where you're at.
Mic test.
Well, number one, I think it's sad. The sad part is it's nothing new. That's the sad part about it, right? Like, if we're talking about the whole Iran, the whole politics shit, and, you know, the Middle East in general, it's been a thing that we've been doing for quite some time in the name of, like, you know, protecting or defending democracy or creating democracy, and in a land that, you know, is not essentially, it's not a democracy in most cases, right? Like, there's people.
All right, give me a sec. Let me be right back. Someone needs my help. BRB. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about the wait. Okay. We're going to go ahead and continue.
Live the way they choose to live. That's the. Oh, yeah. Probably not say that on.
Okay.
I mean, we could talk about it eventually, but yeah, so that's, you know.
Yeah, unfortunate. But so last time I spoke to you was about a month ago. Things are getting crazy, and you have the opinion that it's greed. You know, it's just all people can be bad. What is your perception about what's been going on? Not to grift politics, but what do you think about everything happening right now? Very broad question. I just want to see where you're at.
Well, number one, I think it's sad. The sad part is it's nothing new. That's the sad part about it, right? Like, if we're talking about the whole Iran, the whole politics shit, and you know the Middle East in general, it's been a thing that we've been doing for quite some time in the name of, like, you know, protecting or defending democracy or creating democracy, and in a land that, you know, is not essentially, it's not a democracy in most cases, right? Like, there's people live the way they choose to live in many of those countries there. And I think we've just sort of done things in the name of whatever we decide is good in our sort of mind. I'm speaking directly to, like, the United States, but it always just seems like, I don't know. I think we create a lot of problems out of.
What do you guys think? Is he trying to hold back, or is he scared that he might say something that he's not supposed to say? He's acting kind of odd right now.
Greed. Like, if you talk, you know, you asked me about the greed thing. Like, we do all this stuff, whether it's for, you know, resources or land or intel or whatever the fuck it is, but it just seems like it's all coming not just now, but for a very long time. And like, again, this goes back to what we were doing in the Middle East, in fucking Iraq and Afghanistan and all that shit. It's just the same sort of song and dance. And the disappointing thing, and I think we talked about this before, is that a lot of these same people that are cheering this on were a lot of the same people
I'm gonna move my video out of the way.
Say that Iraq was a waste of time. We shouldn't have been there. We shouldn't have done it. Like, we lost money, we lost resources, so we lost people's lives, most importantly. And we're just the same people that now justifying something else in a new place in the Middle East. It's just like, it just seems like it's never ending. And that's the most frustrating thing when I see all this stuff. And it's just like, it's so blatant at this point. It's like, Israel clearly wants to expand its borders. They just took more of South Lebanon right now. And it's like, you know, where's the justification that it's every time the justification is, it's Hezbollah, or it's terrorists, and we're doing it because it's terrorists. But then you see all the shit about people, like, just apartment buildings being blown up, and, you know, people obviously live in these places. And it's like, where do you draw the line of, like, okay, this is for actually, if they can justifiably say this is a terrorist, for this is just like our own nation wanting more land.
I like what Theo Von said.
It's just getting fucking ridiculous.
Theo Von was on Joe Rogan, and he said, well, Joe Rogan was like, well, I mean, they're saying that they're trying to kill the terrorists. Even if you understand the creation of Hezbollah was started in 1982 from an illegal invasion that the Israelis staged. And they were eventually able to kick him out in the year 2000. But Hezbollah, they were just the resistance fighters that were kicking out the Israelis that invaded their country. Hamas, we saw from the BB Files documentary, was funded directly by Netanyahu. And you made a great point. You said that it seems like everybody that's in support, they're contradicting themselves. But many people have distanced themselves. I don't know. Can you see the shared screen?
Yeah, this is. Let's see. Let me make it bigger.
Yeah, I was just reading this earlier. So it seems like the only people that are left supporting Trump are people like J.D. Vance, who was a never Trumper, Ben Shapiro, who was a never Trumper. The only reason they still support him is because of this war. This is Trump attacking Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones. You met Trump a couple times. You did a podcast with Trump. Do you still support Trump? Do you fall into the category of the Mark Levins and the Ben Shapiros and the Laura Loomers, advocating Laura Loomers saying we should bomb every mosque in Iran, not exaggerating? Or do you
Dang, Sneako. You are a gangster. He's going straight to the meat of things. He's not holding back. Wow. He's not messing around.
think you're separated? Because now it seems like the MAGA movement has been fractured. And Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, people who were once saying that they were MAGA, said, no, this is completely unjust. Trump is going insane. I don't support the, hiding of the Epstein files, and I don't support this war.
What a perfect way to put it together, man. Wow.
Which category are you in, Brad?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty simple. If someone lies to you and tells you what they're going to do, and then they don't do it when they come to office, and every time it's a new excuse, the Epstein files, there's all these, first it was a Democrat hoax and it's not real, and then, I said it first. It's like they just kept pushing the sort of, I don't know, goalpost of what that really was, and then it's like now nothing's even become of it, and nothing's even gonna seem to come of it. And this is the same thing. Like there's tons of clips of Donald Trump running on that he's not going to get us into more wars. We're not going to do more of this shit, in general. And then he's just doing exactly the opposite of what he said. So I'm not the kind of person that I'm going to go, oh, because I believed in someone and now what they're doing is wrong, I still just believe in them. And
find some videos of that
stupid ass shit on Twitter. It's like, oh, it's fucking 4D chess. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's like, man, no, it's not. Like, it's just like they're constantly proving, and this is why I kind of just like really I'm burnt out on politics. It doesn't matter what side is in power. They're all going to tell you what you want to hear.
Guys, this is what he was talking about, okay? When Trump was saying no more wars.
I will tell you, you're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you. I will tell you, you're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you. I will tell you, you're not.
See that, guys?
I am the candidate of peace. I am peace. People don't believe that. I am peace.
A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a man who wants to end wars, not start them.
We do not want war with Iran. We actually want peace.
Yo, what? We found this so quick.
The Iranians are clearly not very good at war. Perhaps they should follow President Trump's lead and give peace a chance.
Kamala's campaigning with warmongers like Liz Cheney.
So we got the point, right? Let me set this aside in case we need something else that they talk about. Maybe I can kind of search that real quick for us.
And they're all going to do the same shit, business as usual. How do we fucking expand and get more money, whether it's for these fucking shareholders of these big companies that build weapons or the pharmaceutical industry or whatever it is? Nothing for us, but everything from us, whether it's the tax dollars, it's our cost of living is fucking higher. Everything is fucking worth less for us and just worth more for them. And it's just disheartening to see it when, yeah, at one point you're like, yo, you want to believe this person is going to do what's best and make these changes. And, I don't have all the statistics, but it's like all the things that he ran on, whether it's the immigration stuff, like a lot of stuff didn't even happen to the extent there. So nothing even happened really different for us here. It's just more of the same. It's like, this is the same guy who was like, oh, what's his name? Couldn't make a fucking, I don't know, forget which president it was. It might've been fucking Obama. He's like, can't make a fucking deal with Iran and we're going to go to war with Iran because he's so bad. But then he's the one who eventually does it. And it's like, it's just constant noise and nonsense. And no, I don't support someone that tells us something and then just does something else. Now, it's the shitty part about it is, and I've always said, it's like, I'll have arguments with my mom because she's a super liberal person, right? And she's always like on that side, and that's fine. It is what it is. I don't care. But it's gotten to the point where like it doesn't seem to matter if it's left or right. It's just everyone against the system, and the system is just designed to keep everyone hating each
other. That's pretty obvious. That's why they only have two sides, Democrats and Republicans. Only I like to keep it simple like that. Keep you guys fighting
each other to say you're fucking wrong because you're left or you're right, or you're black or you're white, or you're fucking Muslim or you're Christian, or you're Jewish or you're fucking whatever. It's just designed to make everyone hate each other so that we don't actually do anything about what's going on, and they just continue doing the same shit. That's what's happening.
A very important thing to remember is that Israel just bombed a synagogue in Iran, right? This is a synagogue that existed far before Israel was even created. So it's really about left. It's not about left and right. It's about right and wrong. Can you agree?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I think it's good and evil. I think like this is. There's just seems to be no other way to look at it than like this is like some very nefarious, just evil shit.
There you go, Brad. Open up. Gotta tell it how it is, man.
Because like whether you go down the route of like it's they're drinking babies or whatever the fuck that this is gonna be so nefarious, the most nefarious thing.
He said drinking babies.
Even on the front end where it's not, it's just like clearly there's nothing for
disgusting.
the people. There's nothing for, if we're speaking about the United States, there's nothing benefiting us or making or getting better, right? It's only gotten worse, and it's only just trying to fill this machine. Like I said, at whatever industry, it seems like whatever industry's turn it is to make a bunch of fucking money. Like I said, whether it's the pharmaceutical industry or the weapons industry or this, it looks like they're gonna fucking, who's getting the contracts in Gaza now? Who's gonna get the contracts in fucking South Lebanon? Like who's gonna make all this money and who's making all these plans? Like you talk about the Jared Kushner people and the people who are involved in like creating these peace deals. Like for what? Like what are these people doing here? And they're just besides farming fucking cash.
Give me 1 second. Let me fix this real fast, if you guys don't mind. Sorry, I am doing everything live. I didn't expect this to happen, so that's a good learning lesson for me. Next time I'll make sure to have these ready. Oh, what the? Why does it do that? Ah, there we go. I wanted. It won't take me very long, much longer. So just be patient. What the? Why is it so long? Goodness. Fixed? It's fixed. Okay, there we go. Sorry, that was bothering me. Get that. Okay, we good? Let's go.
And at the expense of real people's lives.
Right.
And it's just like that's nefarious. Whether you believe the far end of that spectrum or just on the front end, it's just like we're so far in, advancement of technology. We're at a point in society.
Read the comments, chat. The live chat.
Where like, do we need to be taking everyone else's shit still?
There's some crazy people in there.
Do we need to be like killing people for land or for, even if you say it's for religion and it was promised to me this many years ago, wherever the fuck, or you're the chosen people, like, well, like, does it just, we're just devoid of like human, like nature, like devoid of like love or devoid of anything being fucking good? And it's just like, what can I get? I want more than you. I deserve more than you just because I'm me and you're you. Like that's what all this stuff just starts to look like. And it's just fucking evil.
What do you think about this here, about him distancing himself from these MAGA influencers?
I've seen this enough now where it's just like, okay, anyone who doesn't agree with me is just stupid and wrong, right? Like this is like grade school shit when you're kids. You're like, oh, I don't like him because he doesn't like me, so he's dumb. Like what? Like how are we? This is not even political. This is just like silly. Everyone's a retard because they don't agree with me.
Yeah, look, at the end, this
How
is
does that
funny.
sound?
Look, he says instead of Marjorie Taylor Greene at the bottom, he says, there you go, nasty, just like Marjorie Taylor Trader Brown. This is racist rhetoric.
Yeah, the person who wanted to expose, I think along with Massey, like all this Epstein shit, it's like, yeah, she's bad, right? Like, but then again, it's like the frustrating thing about this all is that it just seems like it's all a song and dance. Like, regardless of, any of these people named or not, like they're all benefiting greatly from this. Like all of these people.
I think what he's saying is that it doesn't matter if they're like Democrats or Republicans. They all benefit, but we do not. We're the losers.
Their platforms are growing. They're making more money. They're all making money from this. It's just this giant cycle of like shit fair, and the world still fucking sucks. And so it's frustrating to see this because it's like our president should.
They're basically acting like they're enemies in front of us, but behind the scenes, they're buddies.
Be talking about shit that's like bettering our country for everyone. Like this is just like those guys are dumb. I'm smart. They're dumb.
Yeah.
they're not MAGA, whatever the fuck. It's like, all right, man, like what the fuck what are we doing, man?
Well, so you would be placed in this category, me as well. I mean,
Sure. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care. Like, it's just like what's right and wrong at this point. Like,
what was your perception?
is it just gonna be are we forever gonna be supporting like places that are just like fucking mass murdering people and just killing people and taking their land and then justifying it and everything is
What, Brad? Wow, Brad.
everyone else's fault?
Yeah, probably.
Like, it just doesn't make sense anymore.
Probably. Yeah, this is probably what's going to happen for this foreseeable future. What was your perception when you met Trump and you did that podcast? What were his major talking points and his takeaways? What was convincing?
Well, I don't remember specifically, but I remember specifically asking him a question about foreign aid. I remember specifically asking him a question, are we going to continue to like fund all these countries? Like, what about America? I mean, this is probably somewhere on the internet, someone could find it. And he just sort of danced around the question and went on to a different topic. It didn't necessarily answer the question.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one thing that I remember being like, oh, that's peculiar.
Mm-hmm.
And, other than that, he's funny as fuck. Like, he's personable as fuck. Like, you meet him in person, he's like a fucking dope dude. And so it's like,
what are you talking about?
I don't know. Because what I was saying earlier about my mom was like, she'll always go, Donald Trump's a bad guy.
Donald Trump?
This president's a good guy, like, Obama or Biden or whoever, right? And I'm always like, the person doesn't even matter. It's really like who's behind the scenes. It's whether it was Donald or it was fucking Kamala, like maybe things would be a little different, but we'd still be marching in the same direction.
So who's behind the scenes?
So like, this is all just charades to me.
Who's behind the scenes?
Yeah, so what he's basically saying is that no matter which side is the leader or the dominant, their end game is still the same. It doesn't change.
The people who get all the money, who make all the money, who want to get the shares up, who want to keep the fucking business going, who want to continue to expand and take resources and take more land and control the people, whoever those people are, that's who it is. And it's a conglomerate of people. I know you like to believe it's Jewish.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Look, I just talked.
I mean, you talked about it. You've talked about it.
I think it's Jewish supremacists. So I think a lot of people, like Trump, is clearly a Jewish supremacist. Like, a lot of these people fall into that kind. I think it's a product of racism. It's not specific to all Jews, but clearly look at who is having majority influence in our country. It's not Qatar. It's not Russia. They say that they want to get out foreign influence. Let's just look at let's look what's in front of us. It's clearly.
But do you really believe? Do you really believe it's just racism? Like, it's just like.
I like the way Sneako thinks and how he puts it together.
Greed at the highest level.
Mm-hmm. But why?
I don't know if that's necessarily racist.
But why do they justify greed? It's because they think they're superior. They think, or Jewish supremacists, not all Jews, they think that they are the chosen ones and that everybody else is subhuman, so they can get away with scamming the world and destroying it because they deserve everything in this world. They think that they are the superior race. Racism is the core issue.
What do you guys think?
You don't think it's greed?
Greed is a byproduct of this. They are greedy because they believe that they're superior. They murder.
But I mean, that's the reason why I tend to like not just try to layman it that way is because it's like, well, there's plenty of people who are just greedy, period. Whether they're Jewish or not, they're still greedy. They still want power. They still want control.
Why are they greedy? They're greedy because of the belief that they're better.
Power.
Why?
Whether you're Jewish or not.
It's not about Jews. I'm saying, but why do people who are power hungry or greedy? They are power hungry because they believe that they have superior values that they need to spread around the world. That they are the ones.
Yeah, but you could.
That should be
you could still be power hungry and just go, I'm power hungry. I deserve more than someone. Regardless of like your skin color or your religious belief, you could still believe that you should enjoy more than someone else because you're you.
Well, why do you think people get to that point? Why people are power hungry because they think they know more?
Because
than
they're
others.
there. Because they've gone to. I'm not saying I'm not trying to rule anything out. I'm just saying because they're already there. It's like I want to keep.
It kind of made me think about this. Is that the weird thing is that the Arabs want to line up with Israel for some reason.
This. I'm going to keep more of this, and for my family, keep more of this. Like, it's anyone that has success. Like, think about that on a like a micro scale. Like someone with a family, they own a fucking winery. I don't know. They own a fucking AutoZone fucking franchise. They own a bunch of fucking car dealerships. Like, they want to pass that on to their family, and they want their family to be wealthy. And it doesn't that it's irrelevant of what they believe religiously. It's just human nature of power and human nature of greed, which comes along with the power.
The difference is
I get why. I understand, like, you relate it to the whole Jewish thing, but it's there's plenty of people in the ecosystem that aren't Jewish that are still byproducts of the same system benefiting.
Yeah, there's racial.
So that's why I'm like, I can't just go, it's just the Jews.
I'm not even saying that. I don't believe that. I don't believe it's just, I believe it's people who harbor the most amount of racial superiority. Right now, it's Israel, and they are a racial supremacist state. There's a caste system in India. White supremacy, people get upset when you talk about it. Clearly, look at England, look at the history. Look at even the way Trump's speaking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marjorie Taylor Brown. Look at the way Trump talks about Somalis. He calls them low IQ. He said that these are inferior people. He says that Iranians.
Yo, Sneako is always ready, man. He has the facts ready. Does his homework.
Something in their DNA makes them backwards. He's also clearly a racial supremacist. The difference is in the religion of Islam, we believe that everyone is our brother in Islam, which transcends race. You know this, right? That everybody, as long as they believe in the same thing, this is your family. It's one ummah. It's not about race.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean, you're
put
giving
together.
an example, right? Like you're positioning a different religion to be like what it's about. But are you telling me that there's not a single Muslim that's fucking power hungry or greedy or like does things to benefit himself over others?
Of course there are.
Regardless of his religion?
The point is that they're incorrect. Those people are not following what they're supposed to follow.
But that's exactly my point, right? And you're referencing Judaism, right? And I'm not trying to defend this. I'm just saying, that's exactly my point. Is like there's tons of Jewish people that they don't see it the same way,
You're right.
and they don't necessarily believe it the same way.
I agree. The problem is the Torah has been manipulated, and after the temple was first destroyed, rabbinical Judaism replaced Torah Judaism. There are still Torah Jews. They're all over New York. And they say they reject Zionism. They say that they just want to follow God's message. Rabbinical Judaism replaced it. So now if you want to convert to the majority of Judaism now, Chabad Lubavitch being a very influential sect, you need to go to rabbi court. These are the authority members. To become Muslim, you just say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. That's it. You just have to.
Wow. So in order to be a Jew, they have stipulations. You just can't be a Jew, man. What the? But in Islam, you just have to say 2 words, you know? You could even say it like within your own heart and mind. And you're basically Muslim after that.
Connect to God. Rabbinical Judaism replaced it. So much of the Jews that pretend to be Jewish now, they don't even follow the Torah. They replaced, the Talmud was created 1,500 years after the Torah. You have the Kabbalah, you have these other books that were not of God. The Talmud is debates between the rabbis and God. The rabbis wrote this. What I'm saying is, so much of Judaism today is not authentic Judaism, and they have replaced it, and they made the rabbis the authority. The Muslims that you're talking about, like a lot of people criticize the Arab states for siding with Israel. These leaders, they're criticized all the time by Muslim people, and they are not representatives of the religion. A lot of this is really wrong.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're just kind of going in circles on like the whole how someone views their specific religion. Like, I'm a Christian. I'd like to say that I grew up Catholic. I don't know in super detail everything about religion, but I know that like the golden rule and what the most important thing to me seems to be is treat other people as you like to be treated, right? Like,
yeah.
And it's simple to me, but there's a lot of people that take it to a much farther extent that could read into certain things about their religion to empower them in a certain direction. But the point is not everyone does that. That's why I tend to
look at Sneako. He's already ready for to answer Brad.
Get like sort of burnt out and even conversation about religion is because all religions have used religion to create death and destruction in the name of religion. Like all of them have done this in different ways in different time periods. They've all done this.
How have the Muslims done that?
I don't know enough about the Muslims, so I'll be honest with you on that one. I mean, maybe you would know better than I
just made
would,
a blanket statement about that it's not true about Islam.
yeah. Well, so okay, I guess I can't draw direct like history on it, but would you tell me that? And if you know about this better than I do, there's at no point throughout the history of the Muslim sort of religion that they used it to further their shit in any area against anyone else, the Ottoman Empire type shit. Like,
No,
happened.
Islam has expanded. Islam has spread around, but the idea of warfare is in defense. But we have, the Muslims did claim the Holy Land, but it was not cruel. Like, we have our rules of war. For example, you're not supposed to kill children. You're not supposed to kill innocent civilians. You're only supposed to attack the combatants, military objectives. You don't kill children the way we're seeing Israel kill children today.
Yeah, I've not been in history. I'm fucking 37 years, about to be 37, 36 years old. And like, I've not seen it all, but do you think at some point that people have weaponized it in a way and they've done the things they're not supposed to do, but in the name of furthering
what we heard from propaganda for years? Yeah, that's a good point. Like ISIS and Al Qaeda, right? Islamic terrorists we've heard for the past 20 years. We learned that a lot of these groups, like ISIS, for example, they attacked all over the Middle East in the name of Islam. They were spreading jihad. They were beheading people on camera. They never attacked Israel. We found out later that these were funded and they were given weapons by CIA and Mossad, that these were funded operations to destabilize the Middle East, that they said that they are.
I'm telling you, man, Sneako's ready. Brad's like, what the hell? You got an answer for that one too?
Religious fanatics, when in fact they were just funded by the American empire.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this. I'm not even talking necessarily in most recent history. I'm just saying in the course of human history. Do you think it's fair to say that every religion has used their religion in some sort of form to like take from other people? Take more land or take more whatever power?
Yes, everybody, like, people aren't perfect.
And I'm not justifying it. To be clear, I'm not saying it's then just and it's right. I'm just saying, like, that's what I was trying to say was in general was the idea of religion to me is just kind of
every religion every religion has extremists, but that is not representative of the religion as a whole. The same thing with Judaism.
And that's the point.
Yeah.
And that's exactly my point,
I agree.
right? So
with Judaism, I'll make a comparison. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was just saying. When we talk about all these things, like I know like you can't be fair to everyone, but I'm trying to be fair in this broader sense that like there's bad people everywhere. And I'm not that's not then justifying the bad that some people are doing currently by any means. It's fucking it's too obvious, too terrible at this point. But like that's my beef with religion is that to me it seemed like one of the first sort of things that humans could use to leverage to be like, this should be mine because of this book or because that book or this said that, or I read this in the scripture and I interpret it this way. And so I should be able to do this like this.
Right. My separation is that when it's used to only benefit one group of people rather than all of humanity. Islam is for all of humanity. The last speech Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said that no Arab is superior to a non-Arab. He made sure to specify that this is not an Arab religion. In fact, I told you yesterday, and you were surprised to hear it, the most Muslim country in the world is Indonesia, an Asian country. They think they push it that it's a brown religion. Yeah, it's an Asian religion based off of population. My problem is when it's used, like people will say Christianity is a white religion. Christianity is a European religion. When they use it to only benefit one people, that's when it's corrupted and wrong. Islam has not been specific to a race. It's for all of humanity.
Wow, Sneako again. What a perfect way of saying that.
That's a separation. And I like how you brought up, I grew up Catholic too. The Pope said some very positive things here. I want to play that in a second. And my belief is when it comes to the chosen people ideology, I think that that's misinterpreted. I think that the Jews were chosen to spread the message of God, and they misinterpreted that and believed that chosen meant that they were the superior people. I think that they believed, okay, we were sent the message of God. We're facing all these trials and tribulations. We're getting kicked out. They're destroying our temples. What's going on? And they started to reject. And that's when rabbinical Judaism replaced it. What was supposed to be said was that these were the chosen people to get the word, and they were supposed to evangelize it. And said they were confused and thought that it was just for them. That's how you get the state of Israel today. That's why you have racial supremacy, misunderstanding what chosen was.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the scriptures or what it was said versus not said.
We'll take a break in a few minutes.
That so I can't really even speak directly to that.
Well, what do you think?
I just know the idea. I just know the idea of thinking that you're chosen. I mean, just if we talk about it in the general sense, if I believed I was a chosen person of God, then that in and of itself wouldn't that make me believe that I'm better than other people if they were not of the chosen people? Like that's kind of whether not knowing anything about it. If someone told me they were chosen, that means they probably likely believe that, yeah, they probably believe they're better than me or at some sort of higher playing field than I am if I'm not of the same people.
The difference is
It sounds like to me that Brad is like, what do you call it? Beating around the bush, you know? Just say it.
Islam was Arabic was the chosen language to write the Quran, and the Arabs were the one. Well, Muhammad was Arab, peace be upon him, but he never pushed that supremacy. He just understood that this was chosen for me, but I'm supposed to spread it. There was no sort of racial hierarchy. That's the major difference that I find between the monotheistic religions of Judaism and Islam. Did you see this Pope video yet?
No.
Okay, I want to see this. Hopefully the audio is good.
In English,
I can't hear shit.
I would simply say, once again, what I said.
You can't hear anything?
I got it. Play it again.
You can?
Sorry, chat. Yeah, play it now. Yeah, sorry, chat.
Urbi message on Sunday, asking all people of goodwill to search always for peace and not violence, to reject war, especially a war which many people have said is an unjust war, which is continuing to escalate and which is not resolving anything. In fact, we have a worldwide economic crisis, energy crisis, situation in the Middle East of great instability, which is only provoking more hatred throughout the world. So come back to the table, let's talk, let's look for solutions in a peaceful way, and let's remember especially the innocent, children, the elderly, the sick, so many people who have already become or will become victims of this continued warfare. To remind all that attacks on civilian infrastructure is against international law, but that it is also.
I'm glad more of religious leaders that are speaking out against what's happening.
A sign of the hatred, the division, the destruction that the human being is capable of, and we all want to work for peace. People want peace. I would invite the citizens of all the countries involved to contact the authorities, political leaders, congressmen, to ask them, tell them to work for peace and to reject war always. Thank you very much.
Go back to this point in the beginning where play it from like the very start.
But shout out to the Pope, W Pope in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Catholics and Orthodox, man, there needs to be some sort of separation. Can you talk again, Brad?
Yeah, go back to like the beginning, like the beginning of it, like right there. Go, play this. I just find this interesting.
In English, I would simply say, once again, what I said in the Urbi message
right here
on Sunday, asking all people of goodwill to search always for peace and not violence, to reject war, especially a war which many people have said is an unjust war.
Pause it. He said, especially a war which many people have said is an unjust war. Is that the Pope trying to like sit on the fence?
Sorry, what did you say?
Would he not just say it's an unjust war?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He deserves a lot of credit. And I've been saying for months there's
No, but he said which many people have said is an unjust war. He didn't say it was an unjust war.
Well, he also later said that
play it back.
He said it's against international law.
For sure. But I just find that interesting. Why would he say it in that way? Why would he say which many people have said is an unjust war? I don't know. I just find that interesting.
That could also mean many by also himself, counting himself as well.
So you think he's trying
conspiracy theorist?
You'd give the benefit of the doubt.
To me, I don't know.
You thought he's not trying to say it himself? Well, later on he did say that it's against international law, and
well, yeah, that's a separate statement it is against international law by many standards, right? But he himself didn't say this is an unjust war. He said which many people. Again, I'm not trying to make this a bad thing. It's just interesting to me that the terms were used that way.
I think my interpretation, he's saying that to talk about just how unpopular it is.
Yeah, which many people have said is an unjust war. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is what needs to be done by as many leaders as possible. But
Yeah, and he's faced
I
a
just
lot
like it doesn't even matter at this point. Like it's fucking sad.
that he's saying that.
No, not that he's saying it, but it's like it's almost like I don't know how many people do or how many people should come out and say. I feel like everyone should be coming out and say this. It's just interesting that more people are not.
Well, I mean, the problem is that the evangelicals like Pete Hegseth, Trump, Paula White, the spiritual advisors, most of them are not Catholics. So Catholics, they follow the authority of the Pope. And I give a lot of credit to what he's saying. Shout out to him. But they don't follow him. So Protestant Christians, evangelicals, they don't believe in the Pope. That is the separation. And there's reports saying that the Pentagon threatened Pope Leo, the 14th ambassador, over the Pope's anti-war statements. America has the military power to do whatever it wants in the world. The Catholic Church had better take its side. So
You think that's real? Do you think that's real? I just like it's such a that's like an insane statement.
Yeah, well, this is real. So we do have this speech from Hegseth saying, God deserves all the glory, tens of thousands refueling strikes carried out under the protection of divine providence and massive effort. Even if that's not real, it's clear that they disagree with the Pope, at the very least.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's what I'm saying. Just saying like war in the name of God is just like fucking so crazy to me.
It's what do you did you see it? Like everybody praying on Trump, like everybody putting their hands on him, like he's an idol to worship.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, let me show you. You've not.
But
Been,
it's just.
you don't really.
I'm just trying. I've been paying attention, man. It's just like there's so much shit. It's just like every time I look, it's so goddamn disappointing that I'm just like, fuck. Like, what's actually going to make this better? And obviously, avoiding it's not going to make it better. I understand that, but I guess I'm trying to refine like how do I show up in these conversations that is actually making this better than just regurgitating how fucking terrible and shitty it all is.
Right. It is pretty demoralizing.
Did you? Yeah, no, I didn't see that. That's real?
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean,
what do you think?
He said,
Yeah.
WTF.
I mean, prayers are good, I guess, to an extent, to a degree.
No. This is very strange to me. There's a lot more. I can't believe you've never seen this one. Hold on. It's getting freaky. Like I really think there should be a distinction between Catholicism, like what we see from the Pope, and this sect, this sort of craziness. Look at this one. You've never seen this?
No.
Bro, look at that.
No, I haven't.
This is like straight up idol worship.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It's freaky. So let's see Hegseth's response. I hope your audio is good.
Our troops, our American warriors, deserve the credit for this day. But God deserves all the glory. Tens of thousands of sorties, refuelings, and strikes carried out under the protection of divine providence. A massive effort with miraculous protection. Dude 44 Bravo spoke for all of us. God is good. Our troops,
God
American warriors,
he always speaks in these weird sentence fragments and bullet points. Hegseth has got to be the freakiest arrival, the weirdest character in this war. And we've seen a report. Like he was in Israel in 2016 telling the Jewish supremacists that he wanted to build the third temple. He has Kafir tattoo, Antichrist tattoos. This guy, you should bring him on the pod.
I mean, bro, I would ask him why. Does he actually have that Antichrist tattoo?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Does he actually have an
The audio always messes up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yo, he actually has an Antichrist tattoo.
He has a tattoo right here. I'll show you. It's the Kafir tattoo. So Kafir means it means disbeliever in Arabic. So people have this idea that Allah is a separate God. Allah just means God in Arabic, right? And so he has this, and it's said in Islamic eschatology, in our belief system, that this is what the Antichrist is going to be depicted as. Somebody with this right here. It says Deus Vult, which is like this Christian nationalist sort of, like people are saying he's a Templar, it's a secret society. But right here, this here is it means kafir, which is how the Antichrist is.
Sneako is getting kind of deep here, huh? Wow, I cannot believe that tattoo. How or why would you even do that?
He will be depicted as somebody with this written on his forehead. And saying other people saying he's an upside down cross. It's not really upside down, but it is upside down when he raises up his arms like this. Like right here, you can see it's upside down when he puts his arm in the air. Strange.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the tattoos, like just like getting on a podium and talking about like God is sort of almost like happy that we're doing this just seems silly.
Mm-hmm. And what about Lebanon? Why do you think a lot of people aren't speaking?
I'm glad you noticed that, Mr. Brad.
About what's happening in Lebanon. The Pope, he said,
he was actually almost kind of laughing while he was talking about it.
They were telling him you should probably be afraid. You know, is it safe? And he said, well, we're going anyway. Super based. But it's surprising that people aren't really speaking about Lebanon at all.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the focus is on Iran. The Lebanon thing is crazy though. It's just like, while this whole thing's going on, we're also just going to like blow up all these villages in fucking Iran and take more land. That's also happening.
Do you know Lebanon is the most Christian country in the Middle East?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. We spoke about it, so I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that before speaking about it. Yeah, it's just all fucked. And you know, but what about those Judeo-Christian values? You know, it's just
right.
like, fuck, man.
That's part of the propaganda. Like Americans don't know this because when we are fed propaganda, we believe everybody there, Arabs are all terrorists, brown people are terrorists. I feel like Americans don't care about what's happening in Lebanon because they aren't white. I mean, a lot of them do look white. I said Lebanese people are brown. A lot of them are really fair-skinned, but they just don't talk about it because they have the idea that everybody in the Middle East is Muslim. So it's never brought up. But it should be, right?
I mean, even besides the color of someone's skin, it's just like they're just. It just becomes frustrating because it's like, I know anytime you say this, like they're just bombing people, it's like you're just gonna get the reaction. It's like, no, they're just bombing terrorists, and it's just like, okay, man, everyone's a fucking terrorist at this point. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, what did you think of Theo Von's performance on Joe Rogan?
I thought it was good, man. Like, he's just in a unique position.
Bro, freaking Joe Rogan interviewing Theo Von, and then Joe Rogan just acting like a idiot during the interview was kind of crazy to me.
Position to, I guess, sort of get on certain and to have certain conversations and just say it in a way that, like, I feel like everyone is fucking thinking. And I'm glad that he's speaking out about it. You know, I don't know what comes of it for him personally, whether he gets affected financially and all this sort of shit. Like, you know how that goes, but it's needed. And he's just talking about it in a candid way that I think a lot of people are relating to and like feel the same way.
He got a lot of backlash for Joe Rogan got backlash because he said, like, oh man, you should get off the antidepressants, like we care about you. I don't think he was saying that to shut Theo Von up. I think he was concerned because Theo Von seemed really demoralized. And he does have a history. He's open that he has mental health problems.
Yeah, I know that about him as well. Just, you know, not to go into too much detail, just on some like friends of, you know, his that, you know, I've talked years ago, right? Have said, you know, this, he has trouble sometimes just mentally and dealing with shit. And so I think that's something he's dealt with for a long time, but that doesn't mean what he's saying is fucking crazy or like wrong. And I didn't watch the full podcast, so I can't even speak to the context of it, but it didn't seem like Joe was just like shitting on him. I thought he was just, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he got too much backlash for that. Let's see what he was talking about the attacks here. Let's see what Joe Rogan said here, because there is discussion to preface this.
No, I actually agree with Brad. Joe Rogan didn't want to talk about certain, you know, topics for some reason.
That Joe Rogan is bought and sold and everything. I think that people are a little too hard on him. I think that he does have the opportunity. He's saying a lot of the right things, and maybe people expect him to say more, but overall he's been doing a pretty good job post Trump fallout. Let's see.
Like one of the ones that's makes the least amount of sense in terms of like when they did it and why they did it.
Yes.
You blow up the leader during Ramadan. Like, are you trying to make an like? Why did you have to do it now? Are you really convinced that at this time they're really 2 weeks away from making a nuclear weapon? Like, are we fucking sure?
2 weeks.
But it's not like we haven't heard that before, right? So at a certain point in time, like, how much pressure does Israel have to put on the president? Like, that's a crazy amount of influence.
Knowing
because
that,
if Israel didn't exist, let's say there was just the Iranian terror regime supposedly sponsoring, not supposedly sponsoring.
I don't think it's supposedly. I think that's
it's 100%
safe to
right. But I'm just trying to be
precise.
So
I
you
thought
have
this was with Theo
the
Von.
state-sponsored terrorism regime, a dictatorial. They're dictators. They
run
control,
over their people in the streets.
They gun down protesters.
Yeah.
They killed 2 Olympic gold medalists in wrestling, at least one, and one other really promising young wrestler. They kill people that are of high.
That sounds like propaganda. You know what I mean? Sounds like propaganda. That's the narrative they're pushing.
Profile so that it sends a message.
Yeah.
You can't protest. You know, and
cut off the internet.
That's not true. No.
Would we go in? I don't think so. Right? If we heard by allies or someone told us that they were trying to develop a nuclear weapon, don't you think we'd probably try to stop them from doing that with some sort of negotiations and
like what Obama
ensure
did.
Their safety or
I
something?
mean, we shouldn't. Would we blow? How much money was it every day in the war, Jamie? How much was we spending $2 billion every day on that fucking war? And
well, it's not just that. It's like the war is like everything else. Like, imagine if it was run by a private company. I'm not saying war should be run by a private company, but imagine if it was.
Yeah.
Imagine if, say, like Lockheed Martin ran the war in Afghanistan. Do you think they would have left behind all that fucking equipment?
Hell no.
Billions of dollars in helicopters
Hell
and
no.
tanks? Of
Hell no.
course they wouldn't. They would take it back. You know why? Because that's the smart thing to do if you're running a fucking business. That's
Right.
insane amount of waste.
Yeah.
But our federal government's like, just leave it there.
Yeah.
Pause it.
Yeah.
Unless,
Yeah.
What's also the interesting part about this conversation is like, can you hear me?
Test. Okay.
Yo, can you hear me?
I think it should work.
Yeah. What the
they
fuck's
can
going
hear
on with
you,
your
it's
shit?
just This fucking headphones.
Okay.
1 sec. My bad, Brad.
You're good.
Okay, again, please work.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, bro.
First time, huh?
Piece of
I
shit.
get it.
I'm joking.
I remember my first time. Yeah, I remember my first time. It didn't work out too good.
Oh yeah,
A lot of issues. I
I gotta stop running these if I
issues.
can't. It's not boomer chat. It's the headphones that Dippin's got.
It's boomer.
One
It's pretty
second.
boomer, man.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
You've only been streaming forever. Oh, you got me now?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, what are you saying?
The interesting thing about his point he's making, like, if it was run by a private business, would they have left this stuff behind? I would say, yeah, because they can justify now.
Wait, why does Sneako has a complicated system there? I think he has it set up incorrectly.
Having to buy more.
It's
Like,
way
that's the
simpler
whole
to
business.
control
The
the
whole
audio
business. Like,
than
there was
that.
this one, I don't know, one clip of this fucking, I don't know who it was, some senator guy, maybe it was Lindsey Graham, I don't know, how he was like ecstatic that, like, we've never used this many bombs before. It's so great. And it's like, he's a direct investor in all these fucking places that make bombs, knowing that they got to re-up and they got to take our tax dollars and stuff them in someone else's fucking pocket, mainly like his and who else's, right? So it's kind of like, I get the point he's making. At the same time, it's, yeah, now we can justify buying more shit and printing more money and sending it, you know, to these fucking companies. Because, you know, the one argument that everyone always has about this whole like funding of these foreign nations, like the you know, the how do I don't know how to say this side, the people who are in favor of, you know, sending all the money to Israel, they always go, well, it doesn't go to Israel, it goes to American companies here. And like, it's like, yeah, okay, it's not going to us. It's going to fucking exactly what I'm talking about right now, is who's getting all the money out of these shares and who owns these companies. Like, it's just justifying nonsense, justifying war, justifying murder, justifying killing people to fucking re-up, to buy some more bombs, to fucking send some more tax dollars to fucking Northrop Grumman or fucking, I don't know, Boeing to make fucking planes or helicopters so we can go do more nonsense. And I think, yeah, they would leave it there because now they can go, well, we got to buy more.
Right.
And it's just fucking, it's dumb, man. Like, that's that's one of the biggest parts of this whole thing is like part of the funding of all these companies and all the people who are connected, shareholders or people, intermediaries, contractors, all this stuff, they're all invested in it just continuing.
Do you know Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks?
No, I don't.
So Julian Assange, he was, he had to hide for many years, and he exposed the WikiLeaks, which revealed emails that showed what a lot of this regime change was really about. He was exposing the government and showing that a lot of these war efforts were really for monetary gain, and that they were making deals with other countries behind the scenes that were extremely illegal, right? He was tortured, and he had to hide in an embassy for years. Julian Assange said that they don't actually want to stop war. They want forever wars. They want to forever have these wars because they can benefit tons of money from it. Russia, for example, the conflict in Ukraine, they've actually benefited because their military industrial complex becomes stronger. The economy gets to boom.
That's so crazy. That's mind blowing.
Because they get to produce more weapons, because they get to produce more equipment, because they get to strengthen their military. That it's actually incentivized for these empires to forever be at war because it's part of this money laundering scheme in the financial system. They get to expand. There are some theories that even Trump wants to lose the war in Iran because...
There we go. Now you're cooking. Unfortunately, this is where it's going to end up. They actually want this nation to collapse.
Then we get to shift.
That's part of the plan.
All the oil focus in the Middle East to North America. And that's why he wants to get into Greenland, because there's lots of oil in Canada. And that's why he invaded Venezuela, because there's lots of oil in Venezuela. So
you're like, God, yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You said shift all and you cut out completely.
That's your internet. That they want to shift away the focus of the oil in the Middle East to oil in North America. So the global economy has to rely on the United States focused controlled oil that's in Canada and that's in Venezuela. That's why he invaded Venezuela, and that's why he wants to invade Greenland, so that the global economy.
Is that the 4D chess?
Potentially.
That's the 4D chess.
I don't think Trump is smart enough to do that, but that does follow the theory that they benefit from.
AKA, there's someone else working in the background who's telling them what to do.
Forever wars. It's a forever money glitch.
Yeah, well, I believe that begs the one question in all of this that is probably the most uncomfortable question for Americans is that.
What is that?
Is then not all this nonsense bullshit we do beneficial to our country in the stability of it? And I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying yes. I'm just asking, I'm posing this question because like, what you just said essentially is that these countries are reliant on bullshit, on war to just continue to fund themselves and to keep in power, to keep in control, to keep the economy where they want it to be. Is then like, are we not like beholden to the same sort of fucking nonsense?
Yeah,
I guess we kind of have been for so many years.
That's a good point. I don't think that it's benefiting the country as a whole and the citizens. I think it benefits the billionaire class.
No. I'm not saying that it's benefiting like individual citizens, but the stability of it as a whole. And I wish I could talk to like a fucking economist about this shit, but because I don't know enough, but it benefiting those major companies that are like I have investments in a lot of these major companies, right? Not necessarily the war type companies like Northrop Grumman and the bomb making people, but like Apple and all these sort of things, the structure, the S&P 500 bullshit. Is it all not sort of benefiting on the same sort of level? Granted, in this case, I don't think Apple's fucking making a ton of money because we're going to war or not.
Yeah, of course. I think all these companies have been bought out. There's only like a handful of people that own all of the brands, ladies and gentlemen.
Not right, but the whole stability of it all, is it all affected by the fact that we're in war or we're not in war?
Yes.
Because it seems like we've been in war for so fucking long that it's like, imagine if what you said was true, right? Because I'm not saying that I don't think we could get to a position where, I'd like to believe that we could, where we can just rely obviously on our allies and people, the rest of the countries and shit, but like not have to be in war to sustain ourselves. Or have we gotten ourselves to such a point that like it's impossible?
No, definitely not. And I think that focus is just so that the billionaire class can maintain the most amount of power and control, right? You look at the wealth gap, for example. Post 2008, we had the 99% protests against the 1%. You remember when they're at Wall Street and it was all the 99% saying, hey, the banks screwed us over. They robbed us of all of our money. They destroyed the economy. I lost my job. Then afterwards, people like BlackRock, Larry Fink, the CEO, pushed things like DEI to get people focused on race so that the 99% were divided again. That was the first time in modern history where people were united based on the fact that we are all within the slave class. We understood that these are the people that screwed us over, the billionaire class, the people, you know, involved with the banks, and we are separate. We've never seen a wealth gap this big. It keeps growing more and more. Look at the wealth gap in the 60s compared to today. It keeps on growing. I think these forever wars just puts more money into their pockets and allows them to control the future of the world rather than for the benefit of all the citizens.
Yeah, it's the stability for them and not for us.
Exactly. Yeah. And one thing I don't think people see, I wonder what you think, because you look at PBD and he was talking about how Bezos and...
What do you guys think of Sneako's theory? Let me know down in the comments below.
Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel, all of them, they have to bow down to Trump. They saw Elon Musk. Look at the way he's getting involved in politics when traditionally he was a liberal for so long. Now the tech empire, they're getting involved more than they ever have been, because I think the shift is away from the reliance on oil to run the economy. I think they're preparing for AI. I think they're preparing for maybe nuclear energy. I think the tech world is the new world order, where this is where all the economy is going to be focused on AI. Sam Altman, the founder of ChatGPT, gay Jewish man, he is saying that he wants to charge people for the information they get from AI. So you have to have a currency where you ask ChatGPT a question about your relationship or what's going on, and you literally have to pay credits just to get the info back. So it's going to be an information-based world order, and that's where the economy will be
That is nuts. What?
focused on rather than oil. That's why you see
that makes 100% sense. I mean, think about the way we move, just social media, internet age, all this shit. It seems like that is 100% the direction we're going in, where it's going to be, that's going to be the next frontier of fucking who's getting all the money and where is it all going. And so yeah, it's going to be an energy thing. It's going to be like water and fucking power.
Mm-hmm.
Those are going to be the things that people are fighting for, I guess.
Well, even then, again, it's like illegal to collect rainwater. Why? If you put a barrel in your backyard in most states, the government says that you cannot collect rainwater because they own it. It might even happen with...
I didn't know that. I got a fucking barrel. Did I dox myself?
I'm going to call the police right now.
I didn't know you could do that. I thought you could do it because I water my lawn with that fucking water sometimes.
Exactly. Free water.
Yo, I didn't know that was against the law.
Dude, like collecting rainwater, well, how is that illegal? It's free water that you can use to, like you said, you know, water your plants, your fruits and your vegetables, and you can't do that?
Knew it. Well, let's see, California.
Fucking rain. I'm gonna put the rain in a barrel and let's fucking conserve some fucking water. I'm gonna spray it on those roses I have because they're so damn water hungry.
Okay, you're good. In California, you're good.
Yeah. Let's go, baby. I knew Amazon wouldn't have sold it to me if I couldn't. You know how you can't, like, I'll try and buy a certain exhaust for my car, and I can't get it to fucking California because of regulations. They won't even send it. Amazon won't even send it. Fucking Jeff Bezos.
Well, water rights. Specifically, you cannot collect water that has already hit the ground.
Well, no, it doesn't hit the ground. It hits my fucking barrel, and it gets, I don't know if it gets kind of like filtered through some like bullshit mesh, but I just pour it on the roses. I'm not a criminal, dude.
Wait. Also, water must be used on the property where it is collected. So if you're giving that...
Yeah, I did that, yeah.
If you give it to one of your neighbors, you're a criminal. I'm going to call the cops on you.
There's no way. That's so stupid, man.
Yeah,
what if my fucking neighbor's thirsty?
It must be used on the water... the water must be used on the property where it's collected. So if he's thirsty, he's got to...
How the fuck are there laws for rainwater? Shut the fuck up. I'm done with it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, wake up, people.
Fuck it. I'll do that in any fucking state. Go fuck yourself. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Move next. This is dumb.
You're a criminal.
I don't even want to talk about this anymore. I don't give a fuck. Then lock me up, bitch. Just like the COVID shit. Yeah, like, I'm not closing my fucking gym. It's a stupid ass fucking rule. Fuck you.
You're a criminal.
I don't care, bro. This is stupid.
Fair.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
There you go.
I can't believe that who the fuck, how did they even pass? Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, how are these things getting passed by? Like, through our fingers.
Sorry, Jesus.
It's illegal. Okay, we don't need to watch the Theo Von one. I think everybody's seen that. We both, we pretty much talked about it. There's, what? So who have you been paying attention to? Have you been paying attention to the Patrick Bet-David podcast? Like, who are you listening to for information right now?
Nick.
What do you think about, what's your perception?
I think he does an accurate job describing everything. I mean, I remember even before this the whole thing started, he pretty much was like, this is going to happen this way. And it's exactly as it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So he's pretty spot on when it comes to information. Like geopolitical shit, that guy's a fucking...
Yeah, undeniably.
He's a fucking Super Saiyan. I don't know.
Undeniably.
Fuck.
Did you reach out to that other person about that potential pod? I don't know if you want to leak it. Did you get a response?
Yeah, he didn't. No, he didn't respond.
Who?
Hassan, bitch ass Hassan, bro.
Bitch ass.
I said, come on a podcast. With me and Sneako. He probably saw Sneako and said, fuck that.
I think we should do it. I think Brad would be a good moderator.
You still got beef with the guy?
We have some disagreements, but we agree on this war right now. We're both anti-Trump. I think we have a lot of the same takes on Iran war. But the major thing is, like, he's still, a leftist Democrat. But I agree with you. I don't think it's left and right. It's right and wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to have that conversation with him. I'd love to, actually.
He left you on red.
That's a good way to put it. Right versus wrong.
If he hears it. Yeah, he didn't respond. So I'll remember that next time he asks me about peptides. I'll just say that.
He's on peptides?
I don't know. I think he asked me about one. I don't know if he's on them, but he asked me about them.
What did he ask?
I'm not going to leak his fucking info, like all the way leak it.
Damn, he's on Reddit True Tide. I knew it, bro.
No, he didn't.
Sorry, guys. I'm just letting him talk. It's getting pretty late here. And I'm getting tired. So yeah, it's almost done.
Ask you about Reddit True Tide.
Wow.
He didn't ask me about that.
He's on Ozempic?
He didn't ask me about those, bro.
Dude, I thought him and Ethan Klein were enemies. They're on the same medication.
Are you still taking your estrogen medicine?
All right, bro. All right, bro. Says the guy. You are literally accused of selling people steroids every day. Like that Bradley Martyn sold people drugs. You're going to say I'm on estrogen.
Accused. Just notice that word.
That is the first time anybody has accused me of anything heinous like that. You've been gaming still?
Did you see the Dan Bilzerian thing?
I did. He crushed it on TMZ. I just had the same thing on New York Post. They were, they tried the same exact rhetoric, but they deleted the whole interview. They just wrote an article saying that Sneako said Hitler had aura. I'm like, yeah, he did, obviously. But they cut out the interview. They literally scrapped the whole thing and just wrote an article. Dan Bilzerian crushed it. Are you going to vote for him?
I mean, yeah, over Randy Fine. Yeah, I mean, that guy's just crazy what that guy says, man. So
you don't agree? You don't think that dogs are better than Muslims?
I love dogs, man, but I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, that's kind of. I guess maybe that's not kind of unfair because, like, I think I like my dogs more than I like people. All people, like,
come on,
just
bro.
to be honest.
What?
I like everyone.
How do you like dogs more than people?
If you told me, to be fair, I'm not. Again, this is not agreeing with because the way that Randy guy has said it, he's just like too much shit. That is like, it's clear his prerogative is like Muslims are bad, Islamophobia is good, which is crazy. But no, if you ask me as a human, like, would I rather have my dogs in my life over any human on earth? Regardless of race, religion, anything, I'm picking my dogs. That's true.
Come on, bro.
That's a true statement.
Dogs. That's why there's a depopulation problem. That's why, look, why do you think so many people...
You know what, though? My dogs never lied to me. They never betrayed me. They never had to say sorry to me. They're just love. And I love them.
Because they're dogs.
Yes, exactly. Humans fucking greedy, power... You're wrong. I'm right. My dogs are fucking angels, man. Bro, I got one right here.
You gotta have a family,
come here.
bro. You gotta start a family.
Come here, man. No, it's not about not wanting to start a family. I'm just saying, like, if you said, yo, this random person or your dog, which one gets to survive? I'm picking my dog, bro. Straight up. If I didn't know him, you know?
That's
just
the
being
problem.
honest.
Did you see like Nina Drama? She was crying about the dogs in Romania. Has she said anything about Gaza? You know, like so many people have more empathy towards animals than they do towards, you know, innocent people and children.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. Come on, people.
Well, not children. That's different. That's children are closer, in my opinion, to, you know, if we're relating like innocence, just like dogs, children.
Maybe you should have some.
So, but adults with fucking their frontal cortex developed, who are greedy and fucking power hungry, want to kill everyone and take everything for themselves, fuck them.
Why?
But yeah, children.
Why do you think Americans care more about Harambe than they do about genocide?
I don't even know if that's true.
That's definitely true. Everyone got up in arms. Yeah,
Americans like memes.
I think people like Americans have more empathy towards animals than they do towards people. That can't. The life of a human is more precious than the life of an animal.
It is. I understand that to be true. I'm not saying I'm kind of talking shit, but I know that's true. I know you are. But I mean, my dogs are my whole life. So I love my fucking dog. My dogs, dude. When my dogs go, dude, I just call me. Make sure I'm good. You know,
because I'm a real friend. I'll call you and I'll talk about it publicly.
Yeah,
I'll publicly talk about it. You still playing Arc Raiders?
Yeah.
I'm seeing people are leaving. They're abandoning the game.
Everyone's leaving, bro.
Why?
That game is. They didn't make new maps, dude. They made it all about PvE. It's fucking stupid. It's just like, bro, I want to fuck people up on a new map, and I don't want a bazillion fucking Arc bullshit. Fucking different things are stupid. If you play the game, you get it. They ruined that fucking game, man. They had Game of the Year. They had so much momentum. All they had to do was release new maps. The real gamers know if you played Arc Raiders, just need to release new maps. Not make it just about fucking robots. No one gives a fuck about that shit. It's a PvP game. I mean, they want to make it PvE. That's the whole discrepancies. They want to make it like just for fucking sandbox Fortnite kids to go run in there and fucking, ooh, I got the same thing 1,000 times. Anyways, that gets me riled up. As you can tell, my dogs and video games, two things get me very riled up.
So it had the Fortnite streaming basically.
Yeah. It's like, let's make this better for everyone. Because, you know, the people go in there and try and PvP and fuck other people up. Obviously, like the kids or the people who aren't good at it are gonna be like, I don't like this game, and then not play, you know?
Yeah. What do you play?
So they try to make it tailor. I'm not playing shit right now, bro. I was playing like fucking Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, because everyone recognizes that. I was playing Warcraft, which is the OG like Command and Conquer type game. And then I was playing League of Legends, similar kind of game, like hero based, like lane type shit. But yeah, I'm not playing a lot of video games right now. I'm getting fucking tired of it.
What do you do all day?
A lot of my day has been business stuff, and a lot of it has been for the gym and for this new brand that we dropped. It's actually right here, a little shameless plug.
Nice. I'll cop.
I know this is haram. This is haram for you, but
never mind.
It's an alcohol brand.
Don't cop. Never mind.
What's that?
Oh. Don't cop it, guys. Yeah. Don't buy it.
It's a tequila brand. It's called Amigos. It fucking tastes incredible. But yeah,
classic Brad selling more.
I'm so glad it's blocked right now by me.
Drugs. You're
welcome.
I'm sorry,
not
man.
beating the allegations. You play Rocket League?
I'm not. No, Rocket League is for girls.
Why?
That's probably why, like I said, the estrogen pills. You're probably liking that game. You're playing that a lot, aren't you?
Soccer.
So wrong.
No, it's okay. I guess it is less for it's now that I was describing it in my head. It's like cars and soccer is. You're right. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah, cars. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I played it a few times. It's just like, I don't know. It's too much of the same thing. It's too compact. It's too much of this. I know every game's the same thing eventually, but this is too like, just like, yeah. Not a big soccer guy on that soccer car guy.
Should I pull up to? I saw Jake Shields responded. I'm thinking about going to LA this weekend. Jake Shields might pull up.
Yeah, bro. Come on, we gotta do a podcast.
We do. Chat. Brad's out there in LA. He's going to Coachella. But
no, I'm not going to go. No, I'm going briefly for the drink, but I'm not going like to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it
Coachella. I'm not.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a night. Thank you all for hanging out. But I think that was pretty much it for the video. I think they were just talking about some random other things besides Iran and Gaza. All right, guys. Thank you all for hanging out. We'll hopefully see you guys in my next live stream or video. Peace.